Hey, what's up? It's Eyes. Just stopping in before this video starts to let you know that this video is just kind of a patchwork of the previous 4 videos in one big video. It's all the same edits. I realize I don't have anything on this screen, so here's a funny picture of a cat that I found on Google. Yeah, but with that being said, we're doing Portrait of Ruin next, so stay tuned if you want to see those videos. Appreciate your support, and I hope you enjoy. We are recording. Today we're going to check out more of the Dominus collection because I've been having a great time with it with the remaster of Haunted Castle. I think we're going to check out Dawn of Sorrow first because I'm pretty sure that was the first game to come out on the DS systems. You can use the right stick in R2 for touch controls, which feels pretty good because if you click down the right stick, it lets you go faster. It's not the best way for touch controls, but it's also not the worst. Like, that's not the worst handwriting I've ever done with a touchscreen. But it's good because it allows certain touchscreen things to actually work out, right? You can actually use the mouse for touchscreen, but I haven't used it. We all know the story, right? So one thing I noticed on this collection is the resolution for the games in-game is actually pretty high. Like these lightning effects and the soul effects looks pretty good. And it feels responsive. I don't feel any major input delay. Then again, I don't really have a great grasp of what good or bad input delay is. But I mean, just to have these games on modern consoles is like such a blessing. And everything feels pretty close to original. And now the confirm button is on X, which is very much what I'm used to on controller. And now I can just menu so much quicker. And the fact that there's a display option for both screens at the same time, I'll show where you can do it. You have many different screen display options as well as changing the background if you wanted to. We'll go with this one for now. But I like the ability to have multiple screens on at one time. It's one of those things that kind of annoyed me when I was playing the games, was switching back and forth when you needed it. But you kind of get used to it. I'm sure not many things are going to be changed, so this video is probably going to be cut around a ton. But I feel like for the other 2 games, touchscreen problems weren't a huge issue.
Hello. Hi.
Recently, I actually platinumed this game on retro achievements. I did all the bosses without getting hit and without using souls and stuff. Watch me still be bad at the game, but just that I don't remember how many hours it took. Oh, that's huge. Quick time, it gives you a quick time event. That's pretty sick. That's a lot easier, and it feels more like an actual mechanic more than just a gimmick. I wonder if I can still do this. Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm honestly I play this game a little bit too much. I wonder if anything else has been changed other than the basic stuff, right? Obviously there's been some resolution changes, and I'm not expecting anything huge. I'm so glad these games are more available and that people who haven't been able to play them have a way easier time playing them now. Every time I play this game, I find myself doing the same things I would do on a first playthrough, going through and killing all the enemies and stuff. Whereas you think I'd take a more kind of speedrunner approach where it's not really going for things I don't think I'll need. But I probably should do that because I've played this game a million times. I'm sure everyone else has seen it at least once. But if you haven't, I heavily encourage you, especially now, to check out the game. Check out all the games while you're at it. I mean, they're honestly masterpieces in my opinion. I'd say these 3 games were a huge or are a huge reason why pixel art is so. It's just something that I love so much. The Castlevania games have some of the most gorgeous pixel art I feel we'll ever see. Like I said, I don't think this will result in anything huge in the future for Castlevania. I feel as an IP, we've moved on to different things like Bloodstained and different projects like that. But I mean, I'm hoping this is in the same vein as how Capcom is doing their collabs, where it opens a lot of doors with collaborations with other companies. Or even Igarashi coming back for another game. But there's also the perspective where it's we almost don't need more. I'd say the Game Boy Advance into the DS games are almost a perfect saga of games. Like, yeah, people are some people are pretty meh on the Game Boy Advance games, except for like Aria of Sorrow. Everyone's pretty one note on Aria of Sorrow that they think it's like pretty good. But some people just don't like Circle or Harmony, but I think they both have their they have their quirks, definitely. But you also have to remember that the technology was super limited for, you know, the time it was around. The fact that they were able to pull off something so different and unique and have it do as well as it did, and still have it be like so yearned for, is also a huge thing. People are still so into these games and are wishing for more every chance they get. Like, I feel like this game is up there with, like, I haven't played a lot of Shin Megami Tensei, but I feel like it's like enemy weirdness and variety is up there with that. Like, I feel like this game's a side-scrolling exploration and combat, like, some of the best of any game. And it's like, yeah, it's as easy as you make it in terms of, like, people. That's what people say about Symphony of the Night, is that it's often too easy. But it's like, a lot of the fun comes from limiting yourself, and the whole point of it is to, like, get lucky with a certain item, not to, like, farm for certain things. And I think that's what makes games like this so cool, is like the random drops and stuff allows for kind of like, there's obviously set things that are going to happen, but there's also like, you can get a random drop or get lucky with a soul. Like, I wouldn't be using slime if I didn't get that drop just randomly. Good. It's like having the buttons be the same every time is great. Also, the fact that there's achievements now means I'm gonna have to like platinum this whole game. Okay, so we have Balor. Okay, it obviously doesn't have the like normal patch that people usually use, which is like using melee weapons as the way to break blocks like it does in Julius mode, and that's fine. Because that, like, I didn't expect them to, like, start, like, taking emulation stuff and doing all that. I used to be so obsessed with this game that I would draw the seals on paper and, like, pretend, like, it would just be something I would do, like, in class on papers. But the Definitive Edition ROM hack is also very fun. It makes certain boss fights, like, way harder, but also kind of keeps the vanilla experience. And again, doing all of these, doing all of the retro achievements, like discovering that app and like the website made it so fun, because like you go into every boss fight trying to do a certain thing, and it made bosses way harder. Like trying to no hit a lot of these bosses added just another level of complexity that I feel like made it a lot more fun. Like it made Gurgoth so much harder, because you would just like normally kind of tank when he would like slap you in the face with like some kind of contact damage or something. You couldn't do that, and you couldn't use souls either or use any mana, and it kind of really made you rely on knowing the fight and knowing what move's gonna come next. And I feel like that was a lot of fun. It was a good challenge. I wonder if they fixed luck in this re-release. Honestly, that's probably my biggest question right now, because everything else is pretty, like, visually you can be like, okay, yeah, things are changed. If they are, which obviously not much is. Like, the reason Dimitri was hard before was because you couldn't use souls, right? So you couldn't give him like a bad soul, so you had to deal with the hitbox of the Malachi soul. And that made it kind of like hard, but like now you can just, you know, obviously do certain things to make it way easier. Like you had to be way more cautious about when he was gonna attack, because if he used the Malachi soul from up close, you were just always gonna get hit. Whereas if you give him like Un or like Skeleton, he's pretty hopeless unless he is unless he like stabs you, which can be kind of unexpected sometimes. I wonder what the pattern's gonna be. I honestly feel like if they wanted to make it more difficult, they would add like a recognition thing. Like where you don't get as much time to look at the buttons beforehand, because I think as of like how it is, you can just look for any amount of time and kind of do the button presses in your head. I don't know if I don't think I recorded my 100% Retro Achievements playthrough, but it was, you know, it took quite a while because, like, honestly, I'm obviously not the best gamer. Like, there are always people who are just going to be more better at, like, obviously games if they play it longer. R1 square circle L1. That's cool. Now we get double jump. I'm glad they're using all the face buttons too, and not just like the front buttons. They're using the bumpers and stuff. Now we go and do what? Oh, we go to Daria. I forgot we get Power Belt here. There's like no reason to equip anything else. There's a part of my brain that always wants to fill out as many map tiles as I can. And if I want to get through this at a reasonable pace, I should try to throw that out of the window.
Yoink.
I got some pretty bare bones items because I'm just going straight through, honestly. I don't think we need anything crazy. I could have gone and picked up the Partisan to make it a little easier, but I don't even feel like we really need it. Sure, I'm severely underestimating how this is gonna go, but when don't I, you know? I always bite off a little bit more than I can chew. It's like my specialty. I used to just... That's really what started getting me, was the greed of attacking and also watching out for that. Because I feel like I would always get hit off hit stun. Or off end lag from weapon animations. You just have to play it safe if you want to no hit. Ow, thing. I almost feel like hard should be available from the start. Because a lot of the people who are playing are like replaying. I understand not everybody is. A lot of people are picking it up for the first time, which again is just a blessing. Good. We're doing great. I'm not gonna heal. Ain't no Beehotch. Yeah, there we go. I just did that to do that. I didn't need to do that. That guy was chilling with his barrel. I just ruined his day. I don't think there's anything...
Good evening.
Yeah, there's not anything super interesting. But for those of you who are new, here's something completely useless, but funny. You sit in that chair, you get a little collectible. Maybe some of you guys are gonna go for an all items. Those will stump you. You know, everybody sings the praises of the Devil's Soul, but I'm just not good enough to not get hit. I meant to do that. That was a damage boost. Intentionally. There we go. That's a good one.
I throw the cards go boom.
I feel like the main thing that makes this game so fun is the ability to cancel a lot of the combat techniques. Like, you can cancel a lot of souls, you can cancel a lot of weapon end lag. Like, in my head, I never really it feels like this game wasn't made for you to attack like this and then just stand there for like the second that he sheaths the sword again. Like it feels like auto canceling from jumps is always how it was meant to be. I forgot what Constitution does, and I'll never remember. I think it's like defense per other stuff. Oh man, here we go with this. Yeah, this is one of those things that just even a couple months ago would have taken me longer than it should. Okay, we got access to 9. I don't want to get access to 12 here. So how do we do that? 3, 4, put 3 up there. I don't remember which one's which, so you'll have to bear with me. Okay, that gets us access to a lot more. There we go. Pretty sure that's the only thing I want. Greatsword is just like a really good pickup, I think. I feel like I'm forgetting the, I don't know where the seal is here. If I were smart, I'd go to the save room upstairs. Okay, it's here. Getting into the bigger seals now. And I'm not gonna go practice the seals. There's an option to practice the seals in the menu, but if I mess up, let me just mess up, because it's been a while since I've really had trouble with this kind of stuff. Every time I fight this boss, I get PTSD as a Harmony of Despair version, where you can't step in the Iron Maidens or else you'll just get trapped in them. Alright, what's it like? Triangle, X, circle, square. I forgot how to do the seal. Okay, it tells you. It has buttons. The game is just like, yeah, do it, bro. Honestly, that's hilarious. I kind of love it, and I kind of like, I wish it would just let me struggle. But honestly, I think it's a good thing for the casual players. That was a slick dodge. Where to next? We're gonna go do, I guess, we can go do Gurgoth. I might do fuller playthroughs of Portrait of Ruin, and especially Order of Ecclesia, because Ecclesia I haven't played in quite a while, and it's not for lack of access, I just haven't really sat down and played it. I started Portrait before, but I didn't finish it, that's for sure. I'm trying to think if there's any reason to go to Subterranean Hell first. I can't get through here, and I don't think there is, because you really only need to go down there to get to the ruins, which comes after Clock Tower. I feel like as a kid I would go to the Condemned Tower, and then I would go to the Subterranean Hell, and then I would go to Clock Tower, which is kind of counterintuitive considering you can't really fully progress until you get Zephyr. I don't know why I went out of my way for that anti-venom. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'll need it. I know in hard mode a lot more things poison you. There's a weapon up here that I want to get, actually. I think it's a Kotetsu that you can get from like a well-placed, either a Valkyrie jump or a I gotta be facing them. Okay, that Valkyrie's in a perfect place right now. I can't believe I remember that. Like, why do I remember that? It's honestly questionable whether or not it's faster than auto-canceling my Greatsword, which I think it is. I think this is definitely my favorite area in the game. I'll try not to divulge too much on like why I like certain areas, A lot of it is just nostalgia reasons, you know, but I might want to do like an area tier list video. I don't think I'd be a good speedrunner because I feel like in my brain I would forget that I'm speedrunning and just go to like collect stuff. Ooh. Gale Mail. I like the Werewolf Soul because you can do a bunch of canceling shenanigans with it. But you never really unlock the best stuff until you have like the Chaos Ring. It's just kind of a neat thing to see. I feel like this is the quickest I've ever climbed this tower. Should have paid more attention on that boss door, so I don't mess it up again.
What the hell is even that?
But yeah, this boss does a surprising amount of damage just based off contact. So I have to actually kind of take it slow. I definitely saw this at a very young age, and it was very formative in terms of just like how I perceive gore in video games. I'm not trying to be edgy like, oh, gore doesn't faze me. Like, this boss is still pretty gross when you look at the actual sprite. And the fact that like the skin of his face is wrapping around the rest of it. I'm pretty sure he doesn't take damage. I think I read something that says he doesn't take damage until he pulls his head out of the rubble. Ow. Yeah, first try. It's also definitely like way more lenient with how quick you do it. Beat Gergos. That's Gurgoth, not Gergos. What is this, a game that was made for Japan? I'm just gonna start adding in like shitty laugh tracks when I have bad jokes that like I know are bad. I remember a huge part of the fun in this game that you don't really see when you're either just not really doing it like an 100% run or other stuff like that is the soul synthesis system from Yoko, where you get like the different weapons, because a lot of the weapons are only obtainable through that, so you get the really endgame weapons. But the soul system within itself is inherently kind of farmy, and it takes a lot of time to do certain stuff like that, especially with luck that doesn't really affect a lot of your ability to get souls. But yeah, this like the background here looks a lot more high res, where usually it's very fuzzy. I always thought this, someone just has that shit on. Maybe I'm biased, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to die, that'd be embarrassing. What am I doing? Why am I playing the game like a jabroni? I gotta be careful here because I don't think I've ever gotten through the second set of pistons without getting hit. And I still don't know how. I think that's... I legitimately think that's the first time I've ever done that. Let me actually save in case I died to Zephyr or something. I feel like there's a way to Puppet Master through these. Honestly, I'll take the damage, I don't really mind. Alright, I just gotta remember the motion, really. That's the only thing that's really messing me up. Ow! I don't know if I think the Medusa heads here are fine compared to the other two games. Because in the other two games, they get obnoxious in the areas that they're in. Like, they're just the worst. We just hit an hour recording and we're in Zephyr. This is, like, pretty much unheard of for me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 button presses. We'll figure it out. There we go, Dio Brando. Obligatory the world joke.
I got you, homie.
Go ahead. But like, if he isn't based off Dio, then what is he based off of? No. If you fight this guy in the middle of the stage, he's not bad at all. If you fight him against a wall, then when he does the jump across, he'll do 2 sets of knives. And he'll, like, when he jumps off the walls, he'll bounce off and throw more. It makes the fight more, you know, there's just more variables. Dude, this is gonna take a while. They just, like, don't have a good weapon. But yeah, when I was younger, I was definitely, like, just focused on damage and didn't realize that, triangle, L1, circle... Ah, it's R1. Okay. That one does... Honestly, I can see how it gets harder, though. Because with the ones with multiple, you have to be quicker. All right, I actually like it. I feel like some people are gonna be like, it sucks that when you have to try again, it gives you the big baby like press this button. But that's your fault for having trouble with the baby mechanic. Dark Chapel. Go fight Rahab in their horrible fight. Ow! Go ahead, I dare you. I will say the Subterranean Hells theme is arguably one of my favorite. I feel like it perfectly encapsulates what it's, you know, the area it actually is in. I'm gonna hit up the save. I'm pretty confident I won't have trouble with Rahab, but it doesn't hurt to be too safe. Yeah, so you could technically fight this guy way earlier. And by way earlier, I mean before.
Hello,
you
how
fight
are
Zephyr.
you? I am under the water.
I'm probably gonna get hit by being greedy here because this fight is just like, it takes so long. Ow! That ice does a lot of damage actually. Let me not be stupid here. This is up there with like the water fights of all time. You know, any water level in most games is always like, ugh. But once you get the ability to move underwater, Subterranean Hell becomes not bad. It's just like, it feels like you never get to hit him. When you do, it's like at most 2 hits. Or 4 if you're lucky. Like, I feel like 70% of the fight is spent waiting if you don't have the tools to fight him. One of those things that's more just like a spectacle fight. It's like, oh, you don't know what's lurking underneath you. But again, it's like, once you experience something more than once, obviously it's gonna get repetitive. That's just the nature of things. I'm not even gonna... Actually, it'll tell me. Let me not even practice. I'm gonna take a deep breath and realize that I'm bad at the game. I'm putting on literally anything to deal with this because... Like, I know I wasn't really switching souls, but it just makes things quicker. Hold on, wait. Oh, that's great. Yeah, they really mom arm you with the like the red stuff. Like, I feel like they should have given you the ability to move underwater for that fight, because like in the boss rush, the boss fight is a lot more fun. Now, hear me out. Would you believe me if I told you this is the same session? And I did, in fact, pause the recording to go eat and take a nap. Take your bets on how long this is gonna take. I'll say 15. I don't know how many that was, but I think it was closer to like 20. Future editing version of me. Put up how many tries that took. Was that close? This has got to be one of my favorite areas in the game, just in terms of like callbacks. Nice. Wow, okay. Just get a random, like, 0.1% drop chance, sure. Let's see if we can do this with, this touchscreen. I mean, that's pretty good. But yeah, I forgot that Dead Crusader just reduces a flat amount of damage.
Oh, my back!
Julius just gets bodied by a random Italian. I am gonna say before Bat Company because Bat Company always kind of messes me up for some reason. I'm probably gonna put on Slime. I feel like Slime would be good for this fight. I feel like weaknesses aren't too good in this, not in this one at least. Whereas in like Order of Ecclesia they became kind of paramount to doing effective damage. God, every time I see projectiles now I think I'm playing Calamity and I'm like, oh, I have movement for this, but I do not in fact have movement for this. Slime's doing pretty good work with that lingering hitbox. First try, baby! And now we are off to the Pinnacle. I would say that's our next biggest upgrade in terms of just finding a weapon is Dane's left hidden in the Pinnacle. Did we do Mina's Talisman yet? No, we have to, I think, beat... Where do we go next? I'm like 90% sure that it is Pinnacle, so we're gonna go to the Pinnacle. Because we don't have Rune 5 yet, so... Or we don't have Seal 5, excuse me. I'm not gonna mess this up and take damage, alright? Even though I do every time that I do this part. What's up, Yoko? Not Yoko. Calculated. I'm actually just crazy. Things are doing pretty good damage now. Nothing we can't handle though. This leads to the other side of Demon Guest House, which is... we need to go there for a certain boss fight that I do not like to do. Right. No reason to be in that room. I don't think we can get through to Paranoia just yet without farming for... yeah, Axe Armor first. Which I could do, like, right now. We might as well just go, do it now while we're right here, because there's a few in this hallway. 2 axes on 1 drop? That's hilarious. Come on, it's technically less rare than the Uko back soul, and I'm still taking forever on it. So what are the downsides to fighting Paranoia right now? Something I can't handle, I don't think. The only thing is the run back if I die is not fun. Because the thing is, after we get Paranoia, we can just like go down to the puzzle room and go get like the best armor in the game.
Boom, bam, bop.
Damn. Trying to no-hit this boss was such a pain in the ass. Oh, his mom's here. Paranoia is a weird and, like, just different boss fight in terms of movement. Like, a boss who mainly stays up is obviously going to be annoying. Ow. Yeah, and that's... I had a feeling this fight was going to go this way. With a great sword, why not? Alright, we're going back to Kotetsu. It's just better for damage. Yeah, the thing about this boss is he has a pretty deceptively weird hitbox. Like, he'll just randomly hover into you. Nope. Okay, once you get the seals down, it's actually pretty fun to do. But if you don't know, Paranoia is needed to do the true ending of the game. As you can see, it lets you go into any mirrors that I found around the world. No reason not to go pick up Dracula's tunic since we're like right here. It's good. Drip acquired. I like to think Soma's just walking around in a baggy ass like goat because I mean Dracula is like I'd say 3 times the size of Soma. What is he, 19 in this game? The fact that I'm technically older than him now is crazy. I was always like, I'll never be that age, but now I am officially an old head. But yeah, just I feel like jumping and movement in this game is very intuitive. Like it's very easy to pick up and play. The only thing people complain about is I've seen people complain about is how the bat compared to the bat in Aria is a lot slower. It's up here. I know it's up here. Durandal, not Dainsleif. Dainsleif is the hooked one. I always wondered if that tower in the background was the condemned tower we just came from, or a different tower completely. Don't remember if you get anything from beating Dario wrong here? Because I feel, yeah, because Julius mode is when you don't wear the talisman. So also, like, sorry if I'm spoiling the entire game for you. This is more just me showing off my thoughts of the game and the new stuff that's and the new stuff that's come about with the release of this. Didn't cancel there for some reason. I'm over here pressing triangle. What am I playing that would have me pressing triangle to dodge? Really? 2 in a row? No, I thought I could backdash it, but I in fact cannot. Let's see if merman. This is pretty good damage. Ow. 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 That really hurt. The projectile spam, really? Probably still should have beaten Dario normally, but if I'm doing it like an 100%, it's not gonna take that long. Wahahaha. Kind of sick of that one line with the music, but that seal's gonna be pretty hard. Triangle, L1, square, X, circle. Okay, so it's kind of hard. I'm gonna mess this up a couple times, especially with the bosses that it comes with. It's not triangle. Okay. They definitely give you more time. Okay, so somewhere in a cutscene that I skipped, I was told to put on a certain talisman to not succumb to the powers of darkness, but I've got a grind set and I don't need things like that because I'm just goated. And nothing will go wrong. Whoops. Girlfriend murdered. We technically finished the game. I'm not gonna stop there. In my head, it almost feels disrespectful going this fast and like skipping past so much of the game. But at the same time, it's like a lot of people have seen most of this stuff, and I'm just here to see if anything's super different. I'm gonna mess up that seal so many times. I forgot to put it on again. Let's see if there's a rewind. I know they said there was a rewind function. Isn't that handy in a situation like this? I'm all stinky now with the power of death. Oh wait, no I'm not. A certain man is here to thank his lucky stars. Absolute Chad. Okay, with that out of the way, we're officially in the end game. I know exactly where to go. It's time to go to arguably one of the most forgettable areas in this game. Not that I don't love it, because it's also a place that has many callbacks, including a game that was only just recognized in this re-release. The theme of the next place we're going to shares a theme with Haunted Castle, but this would end up being where a lot of people heard it first, albeit in somewhat of a different style. Julius, you gotta shit your pants to break this barrier. I skipped it, but he farted really hard. Alright, I gotta remember where to go here. Ah, this does not in fact get me anywhere. My old bones and old brain. I do remember the first time seeing this place, I was like, there's a whole nother section under here. Also, this is honestly one of the best themes in the game, even if it is a remix. I feel like Haunted Castle had like really good themes, despite the fact that it was very electronic back on the original. So I'm really glad they like updated it and added a modern twist to it with the revisit, because now we just got bangers. I'd say this is probably my favorite fight in this game. I don't think it's one of my favorite interpretations of death though. And I definitely don't think it's my favorite death fight. Ow. I gotta remember I'm not playing like how I normally am, where I have like broken items. I don't know how much I like the Dark Priest death. I will say I do like his sound design in this game, and his theme is pretty good. Well, I know it's not his theme technically. Alright, here we go. I like this phase's design a lot better. The fact that he has like a kind of just like a ball of death energy where his heart should be, or I guess where his stomach would be. He's hungry for the souls. Brozalo Ida. But yeah, his moveset in this phase is like one of my favorite of any boss. Gotta be careful because those skulls do a lot of damage. They also got one of the coolest sprites in the game though. Alright, that was a tough pattern with the sides there. Alright. Ah, it's R1, it's R1. That R1 always gets me mixed up. I like how he it kind of sounds like he's saying jump, like he's like, get ready for this. I missed it again. It's alright, Death, I just wanted to hang out with you for a little bit longer. Like, what else? I'm sure he could be saying something in Japanese, as most of the characters do. But I like to think that he's saying jump. Alright, there we go. Log. I also love how the seals give the bosses an excuse to, like, die in these spectacular ways where they, like, fly into the vortex and all these particles go off. Ooh. This is also one of my favorite themes in this game. I know I've said that about most themes in this game, but that's because they're kind of all bangers. And having to choose a favorite is like choosing which, like, toe to chop off. I always love the surrealism, the surrealism of like the backgrounds and stuff here, because it's supposed to be like this game's equivalent of the Chaos area. We got like ears leaking like sand, and like faces in the walls. It's supposed to be undescribable, like almost a biblical representation of hell, which I always appreciate. Mr. Stolas here takes forever to die. He has quite the amount of health. He's got like mini boss levels of health. I wish these Aranus wouldn't insist on trying to demolish me. This is probably the most annoying room here. Okay, that makes it a lot easier. Edgy blood knife room with eye. That's one way to make the game butt easy, is just farm the Malakota soul. Alas, I won't. There'll be a mudman down here though. Nice, good iframes. Honestly, you deserve it. This boss is fine. I don't remember if the ground bugs are a problem in this game, or it's just I'm thinking of the Castlevania Fighter version. Ow, that's the only thing, is sometimes it's inconsistent with whether or not you can... Ow. Yeah, you can duck that. Dane's left does good damage though, because I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, you can. Okay. Lied. Wow, he found something that works and he's going with it. Sure, we'll just pop 2 mushrooms. You stand still as I like that when he stands on the ground, you can see that his scepter is a skull if you look closely. Or the pommel of his scepter. Buddy, how much health do you have? Fortissimo. Let's not mess this up. Ah, close. Wow, that was pretty slick of me. I do it again. I'm crazy. Honestly, I'm the best player you've ever seen, you know it. That was a big jump. Oh, I could die here. Give me the truffle, baby. Yeah, that would have killed me, definitely. I'm over here pressing the dash button. Yeah, you can take it a lot slower. Wow. We have Black Panther, so we can officially start moving now. I don't know exactly what this part is, but I'm a big fan of it. Remember when I said that anti-venom would come in handy? There's your callback. Nice. Yeah, just you know what, stay down there. Let's go and get some potions. It means we get to visit my boy Hammer. Go for it. Just go for 9 high potions. No reason to do anything else. This game is a lot shorter than the other two, it feels like. It's a much more linear experience, which is why I'm doing probably a more kind of just flat run over of it, just to see if anything's different. With the other two, I'll probably do maybe multiple parts, cut around less, or maybe just not cut down the boss fights. But I'm glad to be back making videos. I probably said it a few times now, but being able to talk to just the internet, even if it's not necessarily at anyone. Also that, yeah, Celia Fortner just died. No biggie. Being able to talk to you guys, whoever that might be, it's still fun to me, you know? And I wanted to come back you know, just to spread a more positive message through my videos. Just have a good time playing the games I love and sharing them with you guys. Like, I just want to start being able to encourage people to be nice to each other, understand that everybody enjoys their own stuff, let people do what they're going to do, they're all in their own world. The reason we play video games is to escape, not to think of what made us want to escape from reality in the first place, you know? And that's why I love these games, is because they helped me do that as a kid, and even now. And maybe it's some kind of pipe dream to be able to do this for a living, but I'll be damned if I'm not going to try, because this is something I love doing. And there's not many things like that, it feels like. I like how I'm saying this while I'm fighting the incarnation of all evil. Like, obviously I don't want to be sappy to a point where it's like, oh, why am I even watching this guy? He doesn't even, like, pay attention to the game he's playing. I just want to help people realize that things aren't as bad as they could be. What is this? Bro's just doing a two-step. Ow. I died. I wasn't paying attention. I'll take it. First death. I'm not gonna rewind on that. There's no reason. Gotta hold the L with honor. What I will do is use a soul though, because I feel like that'll speed this up. Once you get back into editing, you realize, wow, editing kinda takes a while. Even if you're not doing crazy stuff, just cutting clips can make it feels like 3 times as long as it was to record. Yeah, sorry if I'm not talking a ton. I'm just trying to lock in. You're probably not going to see a ton of this fight anyways, but I promise you it's just jumping and trying not to die, because I don't want to do this fight. Like, I don't think I would have preferred this over a Dracula fight, that's for sure. I think Somacula in this game is a lot more fun. Alright, finally we got the head down. Is this fair? How fair is this? I don't know how fair this is. I have nothing for healing. Hammer, I'm back. I need your strongest potions. I know I blew all my money on the other ones, but believe me, I need it. Let's go with Axe Armor again. That's pretty good. This is the only time this boss has been, like, kind of a challenge. Alright, here we go. Just the fact that his foot does so much damage. Okay, 7 hits. That's kind of absurd. Let's use the lance, see if it's any good. Definitely good for reach. Feels like there's actually too many ads to deal with, which is crazy. You know, I had a feeling he was going to do that, and I still didn't brace for it. Alright, now is when Durandal will do better because of the iframes. Oh god, that hurt. What? That just made no sense. It's almost like a relief to get hit by those guys, because at least I don't have to deal with them. Where is the boss going? Also just taking a paid vacation while I fight all of its, like, spawns. Like, hello? Ow. Like, what is this? You know, if there's anything I can count on is that one of these guys are always up here waiting for me. Or 2 or 3, actually. Do I ever get to fight the boss, or am I just condemned to fighting these guys for the rest of my life? Like, oh my god. Oh! This is dangerous. Thank god. That took way longer than it should have. I'll let the ending run. But like I said before, I just want you guys to know that I'm back making videos. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and have a great night.